coolly's not a word. I have no way to be cool to come in, like, I don't have the big, like, deep, sexy voice to say, yo, none of that. So I kind of want to do the whole 2XP thing, but I can't. But yes, if you guys are watching, thank you guys for rocking out. This is the Take Two. I guess you can call it a podcast. It is a supplemental show of the WXP podcast, which you guys know airs every Wednesday, 7 p.m. CST. We run an hour-long show, right? We don't want to hold you guys up. We know everyone, and their mothers, their grandmothers, their uncles, having a podcast on Wednesday, so we don't want to hold you guys up and force you to pull yourself between multiple podcasts. So we run an hour. But we can't get all the topics in an hour. We never been able to. There's always been stuff. Hugger cusses us out after the podcast and, hey, we didn't get to this. We didn't get to this. What are you doing? So what we decided to do is, after the WXP podcast on Thursday, we will come back with if anything pops that Thursday, we'll talk about it. But we're really going to get into the topics from the episode, to the episode before that we didn't get to. So that's what this show is. So it is myself, Famian T, and my sister, the Floor Hugger. Hello, Floor.
What's up, Fame? How you doing today?
I am in the grandest of mood. So, yeah, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm not at work. It's 2:00 and I'm not at work. That's a good thing. I'm working from home. Kind of.
True.
I
mean, you are technically.
Yeah, I've done work in all over the places, and then I got a vacation starting tomorrow, so that's always super awesome. So, yeah, man. So hopefully we got the links up that we can share out on the tweets.
Hold on.
Skull Terrace K says, "Hey Flo Hug, I've been a fan of yours for a couple of years. Keep up the good work." The face,
Hi.
Look at that face.
Thank you.
That's the level 1 gaming face right there, boy. Look at that is definitely the face of level 1 gamer. So thank you guys for rocking with us. Please share out the stream. Hopefully Hugger will get me the stream here in a second, so I can share out the level 1 gaming stream here momentarily.
I'm disorganized. It's all heck right now.
So we're gonna give it just yeah, beautiful. Oh, and you got me making a weird face as you sent it to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Hugger. Yeah.
Nani.
We're still kind of all over the place. So I'm going to get this out on Twitter, and we're going to get this show started. So before we get started, Hugger, where can people find your streams at?
You can find good old me at everything is the Floor Hugger. So my Instagram, my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook page, all of it is the Floor Hugger. So just type it in and find it. I stream every single weekday. We finished Rise of the Tomb Raider DLCs last night, so we are officially done Rise of the Tomb Raider. Thank God. I was dragging the arse out of it. And I'm going to try to see if Anthem will work tonight. If not, then we'll play some retro game.
Which is... You know what your alternative is tonight?
It's either going to be continuing Rise of Honor, the Jet Li PlayStation 2 game, or Path of Neo Matrix game.
Oh, that's what you said that, Path of Neo, and I was like, man, that sounds something. That is a Matrix game. Yeah, I'm there. I mean, I'm there in all your streams, but I'm definitely there for that because I haven't seen. Oh my god! And
well,
yes,
I gotta make sure Anthem works because you did request that last night. You saved your channel points for that.
I dropped 5 stacks. I came in there and I was like dropping them things
right in
there. So I need that. So it is a theme of Floor Huggers that I have started to live by. We stay hydrated. You're going to see a lot of us sipping water this entire thing. We won't keep you guys too long. 30, 45 minutes. We're about to hop into topics here. We're kind of rambling at the moment because usually we're doing like introductions and Kevin saying something weird, and then Dallas says something like super smart that we're not really sure what he's saying, but we're going to laugh anyway. And like Denby's talking about, 200-pound women that he loves. So it's like, if that's usually happening, it's not so.
Sounds like a sucker punch you just hit me with there.
so we're going to get started with the topic. So one of the things we didn't get to talk about yesterday was
you didn't get to introduce yourself.
Oh, well, I, of course,
you let me ramble.
As though you may know, Fame ENT, I co-founded Level 1 Gaming with these fine folks, with my sister over here. I be wanting to stream on Twitch, just don't be happening. But I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't stream
The complex.
The Complex again. Cause I did the stream before and we had a lot of fun. We got to figure out how the hell Ponytail was still alive when we dropped him down the toilet hole. So that we need to figure out at some point. So, but yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to spend more time with my sister here. It's always a good time when we link up and talk about nonsense. We don't always agree, and sometimes we low key fight about love or the death. So I think let's do that more. Like I'm a gluten for punishment, I guess. Yeah. That's just, all she does is just yell at me.
He really is.
So
I don't yell. I show love to you.
You do show love. Hey, Ayo Freezy, Poojas 558. Wasabi. Thank you guys for coming through and rocking with us, man. We appreciate it. Wherever you're watching, please share it out. We would love for you guys to go to the Level 1 Gaming YouTube channel and subscribe, because eventually everything will be there. If you guys notice, the transition has begun. Everything will be there soon. It will no longer be on my personal channel, so just keep that in mind. Go over to Level 1 Gaming YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We just went over 100 subscribers, which is freaking awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing and rocking with us. So yes, Level 1 Gaming YouTube channel. And if you guys know, if you missed the show, you can watch level1gaming.com. And we're on Spotify. I'm just so lazy. So lazy. So we're gonna get to the first topic that we missed. I'm lazy. We'll get to the first topic that we missed yesterday. Is that for the second time, I believe, in last year, Scalebound is back in the news because Platinum has come out and said, hey, if you want Scalebound, email Xbox. Well, I think he said email Phil Spencer. Now they also said this maybe 6 to 8 months ago. They said that, I think it was like late 2019. They were in some type of video and what is the guy's name who blocks everybody? Bald head. He's always blocking people from Platinum Games. God, I can't. You know what I mean, man. He blocks everybody. Like, I can't think of his name, and if I could think of it right now, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it correctly because I'm mumbling right. But they were in a video, and he was like, "Yo, Scalebound, talk to Microsoft," and like it got brought up again. People were like, "Yo, bring back Scalebound," and now they're saying it again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, something happened between Microsoft and Platinum Games. Rumors has it. Because if you remember, around the same time that they were doing Scalebound, they were doing Nier Automata and Bayonetta
3 was announced.
So the rumor has it that they weren't properly allocating the funds that Microsoft were giving them, and Scalebound was so far back in production because they were working on the Nier Automatas and the Bayonettas. We can't prove that because none of us were there. But what did happen, State of Play in 30 minutes, we'll be done in 30 minutes, no worry. We'll be done in 30 minutes. So rumor has it that was the issue. So Hug, I want to get your thoughts on this. Do we put Scalebound in the bin with SOCOM, and you believe Perfect Dark is in that bin as well? Does it go there?
Well, you know my thoughts on Perfect Dark. I think people forget how weird that game is, but Scalebound, I don't know what to think, because it's interesting that they're like, hey, reach out to Microsoft when they were all buddy-buddy with Nintendo. I'm still waiting for Bayonetta 2 to come off Nintendo and be on PC and other things. I know. And Bayonetta 3 was just a little trailer 2 years ago now, and we haven't heard anything since. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. It's interesting, but it's like, what is my, I guess my sum it up is, what are you trying to achieve by bugging Phil Spencer? Because people will harass this man now.
See, I think Platinum, I think Scalebound has a, forget you, Dallas. I read the comment like this other dude, and I'm going to say, now hold the hell on. I think Platinum, even though they may not have been on schedule, Microsoft, like I said, we don't know the rule. I think Platinum, there's a special place for that game in their hearts. At Platinum, they really wanted to make that game. I think the issue was they spread themselves too thin, and Microsoft didn't have the patience for a studio that wasn't first party, so they axed the game, right?
No.
think they need to bring it back. I don't know necessarily with Platinum. I don't know if that relationship has soured because think about it. The wonderful one-on-one went everywhere except for Xbox. Like there hasn't been Near Automata finally released on Xbox after a while, but it wasn't there. Like there was definitely a souring of a relationship between Platinum and Microsoft. So I don't know if Microsoft will even go back to Platinum and say, hey, let's finish Scalebound. How much more money they willing to throw at them, and hey, what other things we working on? Because we know Platinum Games works on multiple projects. That's what they do. They are constantly working on multiple projects. So if I'm Phil Spencer, I am weary of allowing them. Now, what they probably should do, and what they should and shouldn't do is two things. One, you need to bring it back. I'm sorry, too many people, including myself, that wants that game back. Go ahead and axe the multiplayer because that seemed to be part of the issue. I think if they would have dropped the multiplayer, that would have took a lot of load off of what the game needed. And number three, if you bring it back, it needs to be with another Japanese developer. You can't bring it back with the Western developer. I say that, and then we get a game like Ghost of Tsushima, who came out, and it was by a Western developer. And I just think it needs to be a Japanese developer. I wouldn't mind them saying, "Hey, Capcom."
Oh, Capcom! Capcom and Sega have been putting in work lately.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind them going to Capcom. Going and say, "Hey, can you?" Because they have all the assets. It's not like the assets aren't there. Microsoft owns the IP, so everything about Scalebound is there. And
so just cut Platinum out.
Just cut Platinum out. Because I don't want them to. Don't get me wrong. I love Platinum games. But I think the relationship there is to the point to where I don't think they would even sit at the table. I don't see Platinum releasing another game on Xbox. Not for a while, or not at least not day one. I just don't see it. And I think the Wonderful One-on-One, the Wonderful One-on-One was a prime example of them having a. And like I said, I could be wrong, but it's just weird. Kamaya, that's the guy's name, Kamaya, at Platinum. Bald head. Yeah. If you tweet at him, he'll block you. He keeps bringing it up. So I think at bare minimum, Xbox needs to come to the table and see why they're so passionate about making it, see what type of concessions they can make. Something. But I think Scalebound. Oh, I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
if they move from like Capcom, or if they move to Capcom, it's not going to be the same Scalebound. I don't even think the same Scalebound we saw will be the same Scalebound if it were to ever move forward. I think it's at a point where things are changed. It would be like releasing Duke Nukem Forever now and hoping that it does good. It's like I think things will change on it. I don't know what's going to happen if it does. But it's very interesting. I just want to know what move that they're trying to pull here by annoying Phil Spencer, because that's you annoy me on Twitter. I'm not going to help you at all. like you send people to annoy me, not going to help you.
Are they not contacting Microsoft? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm like. Why are you?
Or are they contacting Microsoft? Microsoft is saying no, and so they're using peer pressure. Because I mean, think about this entire gen. Microsoft has been peer pressured into doing what making 180s on things they said they wouldn't do, with things like that. So if they're not talking with Microsoft personally, that's an issue. And number two, if they have, then they've been told no, and they're using people like me who hyped this game up to unbelievable portions when I first freaking saw it, because I was like, this is a super dope concept, and I wanted to fly around with dragons with my friends, and I was pissed when I wasn't able to. Use people like me who have a soft spot, a spot in my heart for Scalebound, and so every time I hear it, every time it comes up, I want it. There is an icebox where my heart used to be because Scalebound could not happen. That it didn't happen, and I'm hurt.
I can't believe you just said that.
I did. I did. It's true. Like I can't let it go. Scalebound is my SOCOM. It is my perfect dark. It is the game that I cannot let go. And if I ever met Phil Spencer one-on-one, he gonna have to hear me by Scalebound. He will.
No.
First,
Because I would
I
be
might,
like,
I might even want to
same.
say my name. I might even want to say my name. I'm gonna say sir. I'm gonna look down at him because I heard he's short. I'm gonna look down at him. I'm gonna say sir. Bring me that Scalebound beat, and I'm gonna walk away. Not introduce myself. I'm gonna sir. I need that Scalebound beat, and I'm gonna walk away. I need it.
You need Jesus.
I'm just saying. Um, I'm just saying. Just
Leave
put
the
that
poor
out
man
there.
alone.
It needs to happen. Shout out to the
I think
chat.
eventually it might.
It needs to. I hope so. Even if you do bring back the multiplayer, Hugger, think about it, bro. We can be fine on dragons together, and we won't need LSD. It's just.
I mean, I played Panzer Dragoon. Like, the dragon controls are clunky and weird. So it's like, I don't have love for it, but I understand the love for a series that may never come back. So it's like, okay, you know what? I can't rip into you for this one because as much as I don't want SOCOM to come back because that's just going to be a microtransaction mess, I do understand that it's like, but what if, you know?
Shout out to my man Dallas. We want what? We want Sailbound?
Are you
Sellybound?
scaly, Dallas?
Dallas, are you on LSD? My God, that is not how you spell scale.
Dallas's birthday was yesterday, so he probably still a little hungover.
He's still a little hungover, so he get a pass for that. And we're not gonna delete that comment.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world gonna have to keep seeing that. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Spider-Man has people up in arms again. And before we get to this, I want to say this because I seen someone on Twitter who was verified who was saying how I used to work at Marvel, and they want one thing they won't tell you is Sony truly owns all of the rights of Spider-Man. They don't. They do not. So before we get to the topic, I want to stress Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man because Marvel was low on funds and sold over the movie rights, and they have to continue to put out Spider-Man movies. Otherwise, the IP, the movie rights, default back to Marvel. Fact. Mm-hmm. Marvel owns everything else Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. The gaming rights, the toys. Marvel owns that, which is why every Spider-Man game before Spider-Man PS4 was multi-plat. Something they had no say-so. Mm-hmm. What happened is, well, what we assume, and the smart thing, what happened is they went and said, hey, you know, we got this movie thing going. We bring Spider-Man over to the Avengers. We got this console. Let's go ahead and make a Spider-Man game exclusive to the console. Marvel's like, shoot. Let's make it happen. We already in bed with each other. Let's make it happen. So, I want people to remember that. They do not own Spider-Man gaming rights. That can be snatched up at any time for Marvel. Now, what that would happen, what they would do to the movies, would Sony be petty and pull Spider-Man back out the MCU? We don't know. But Marvel owns the game. Marvel owns the rights. And at any time, or whenever the deal is up, Marvel can say, all right, Spider-Man's going back multi-plat.
Mm-hmm. I think people forget that. Sony, I mean, that was the big thing when the Spider-Man on PS4 wasn't even out yet, but Sony was talking about pulling Spider-Man out of the MCU, and that was the big thing. Like, the game wasn't affected. It was the movies. And it's always interesting to see... Okay, neighbors, shush. It's always interesting to see... I mean, it's a simple 5-minute Google search that people could do to, educate yourself, but it's like, okay, I don't know what the big ruckus is about. Oh man, I just teleported back like 30 years. What the big ruckus is about? Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, I just don't. Fame, tell me your thoughts on this before I just ramble on.
To me, if I am Sony and I am already making an exclusive Spider-Man game, and I'm in bed with Marvel, me and Marvel cool, we tight, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get this character that I'm already making exclusive games for, and I'm going to ask for it to be exclusive to my platform because I want to incentivize
Mm-hmm.
players who may own multiple platforms. Hey, if you buy this on PlayStation, you'll get to play with Spider-Man. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't they? You need to leverage every. You need to leverage everything you can. And I feel that way. I have the game pre-ordered on Xbox, and the only reason is, as you know, if it's a multi-plat game, I'm gonna get it on Xbox. That's just what it is. If it's an exclusive, I'm gonna buy it exclusive on PlayStation, and it's still technically a multi-platform game, right? But it's smart on
Mm-hmm.
Sony's part. I don't get the whole anti-consumerism. I don't get it. It's smart.
No,
If
exactly.
let's say if Microsoft went out and bought Warner Brother Games, like which is rumors they're interested in, right? Microsoft would be deaf, dumb, and stupid not to keep Batman locked behind Xbox and PC. Would be
Mm-hmm.
deaf, dumb, and stupid. I would lock it down because I'm going to incentivize you. Hey, you know those Rocksteady Batman games that everyone freaking loves? Those games?
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep playing them? I got a console for you. You want to keep playing them?
Yep.
Build that PC, fam. It's smart. It's not anti-consumerism like people are trying to say it is. It's good business practices. I want your dollar. I don't necessarily care about you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your mom. I don't care about your fanboyism. I don't care about you. I care about what's in that bank account. And that bank account looks good to me, player. So while that bank account is looking
Yep.
good, give me $60 and I'll let you play with Spider-Man, and don't you give me your $60, not Microsoft your $60. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how gaming has always been.
It really has.
It's
And the thing that is cracking me up about this is, same thing I said with the people complaining that last night the iOS isn't getting Xbox stuff. It's just like you're screaming anti-consumerism. That one character, yes, we don't know what if he's a shoehorn in, if it's an extra skin, whatever, or if it's a whole nother storyline. Um, it's not like there haven't been DLCs that are exclusive to one console that I can list off the top of my head. Anyway, it's these are the people that are like, well, I want to play. I don't want Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. It's anti-consumerism that they're sharing it with PC. It's like, don't you just want people to shut the hell up and play some games? You want more people to experience it? I just don't understand this little PP mindset.
and for the most part, the Spider-Man and the Avengers is post-launch content. It doesn't really affect much.
Mm-hmm.
When I hear post-launch content, that means for the most part, at least the story-wise, where everyone's getting the exact same experience. So it doesn't really matter. I think
It could be, we don't know if it's timed yet. It could be like an exclusive time thing
could be.
for a year or
I
2
mean, I doubt
years.
it. I
Yeah,
think
sure.
Sony's gonna lock them down all the way. I just think it's a nice little reward if you buy it on PlayStation. There's nothing major. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's just Sony leveraging their assets.
Hmm. It's happened time and time again, and it'll keep happening. And maybe it's just a big issue because more people are paying attention to it because nobody's got really anything to do in this lockdown. But it's just like, come on, guys,
This is true.
open up a Google page and Google this stuff. It's happened before. It'll happen again. It'll happen time and time again. Just
I really hope
shut
that
up.
I really hope that Microsoft buys Warner Brothers so that they can have. Because my theory is if they do, Mortal Kombat stays multiplat. If they get the license for Batman, Batman stays exclusive. But I want them to do it so people can see that's part of leveraging your assets. You leverage it. You got a name like Batman. You leverage it.
Hmm.
You leverage it. It's just,
Well, people are thinking like gamers and not like a business. It's like, yeah, we got our emotions tied into this, but for them, it's dollar signs. They don't really care
yeah.
what we got to say.
No. They can you afford to buy my game? Yeah. Right. Let me incentivize you. I think something
Yep.
like Batman, continue to be made by Rocksteady, would move Xbox consoles. Batman's a big name. Rocksteady's a huge name. It's
I
going
don't
to
know
move
if you could
consoles.
take something like that exclusive though.
Microsoft would be stupid not to. Mortal Kombat, because it's a multiplayer fighter game, I think would stay stay multi-plat.
That would be dumb.
That'd be done for people. I think Batman. I think Spider-Man set the precedent because Spider-Man's always been multi-plat.
Mm-hmm.
So Spider-Man set the precedence of, all right, here's a superhero game that everyone always got to play. Now I'm gonna hoard it for one console. Microsoft would be way too friendly to not do the same because Sony did that to get a one-up on the competition. Microsoft would be stupid not to do the same thing. You want to play Batman? Build a PC. You want to play Batman? Buy a console. But what you won't do is play it on PlayStation. You want to play Spider-Man? Get a PlayStation. Because what you won't do is play him on Xbox.
Yeah, that's true.
It is what it is. You know.
Wasabi's right. Just because it's a just because it's a business move doesn't mean it can't be a negative move.
That's true.
You're right.
That's true. But a lot of these companies are going to do one thing at the end of the day, and they're going to worry about their bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to worry about CEOs, CFOs. Everyone needs their bonus. They got board. They got board members to answer for. So on the surface, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo are going to act like they love you. But if you're not buying games, they don't.
They really don't care.
Could care less.
Like, I know it's unfortunate, but they really don't care about us.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
He in a singing mood today.
I was thinking,
what's wrong with him.
It takes two, baby. It takes two.
And then you bust out the thong song, and it's like, you need to stop. This is what I work with, y'all, every day.
Every day. We got a couple more minutes, and we got one topic left. And then apparently everyone's going to run over to the State of Play, which isn't doing PS5 news. So kind of what's the point of that, right? So, Silent Hill.
Yes.
There's a Twitter handle up, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's real because that Fable Twitter handle wasn't real. Someone made that. Did I say Fable? No, Perfect Dark. The Fable one was real. The Perfect Dark
Fable one was a Perfect Dark,
wasn't real. And so now we're seeing one popped up for Silent Hill. Any chance Silent Hill's coming back, Hugger? Or are we getting another game?
Well, I think we might get a remake, at least, because it's not just a Twitter handle that popped up. It's an official Konami Twitter handle that popped up for it. So Konami themselves, as much as I hate Konami, because, hey, Konami, if you're listening, you suck. You're shutting down Castlevania Grimoire of Souls. That could have been a banging game. You guys suck. But I don't know. I think we might get like a remaster because they're seeing how well the Resident Evil ones are doing and all these remasters are. So maybe? Is it going to be a brand new game? I don't think Konami is going to put the time and effort into that because it doesn't make them money like those pachinko machines do and the slot machines do.
So what you guessing? Like a remake? Like a Resident Evil? They're going to hop on that Resident Evil train? Because at this point, Capcom can they're just milking, hey, we're going to Resident Evil this, Resident Evil, we make this, and then you're going to just keep on going back to those games. You don't necessarily, I mean, they are making Resi 8, but they got something with the remake. You think Silent Hill, Konami's looking at that money like, people love Silent Hill, why don't we just do the same thing?
Yeah, because, I mean, they posted was it July 31st? Just close your eyes, always scary, Silent Hill 2 Siren, with a siren from Silent Hill, and then that kind of blew up the internet, and then a Twitter handle posted up, and it's just like, I think they're probably gonna do, like, why would you post the Silent Hill 2 Siren? I know it's the most iconic noise, but if you're not gonna do something, it's either gonna be a remaster or a phone game, which I don't know which is more insulting.
Oh, come on. I listen, if it's a phone game, I wouldn't be too shocked. Dallas says Konami is just tone deaf enough to do that.
Yeah.
To make a remaster.
You're not wrong there. I think it's interesting that they've announced this when Hideo Kojima and Junji Ito, who is a master of horror, announced their partnership to work on a new game. Like, oh, you guys really haven't let it go, have you?
Let it go. Let it go.
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought thought you were cueing
uh,
me.
no.
Okay.
So they apologized for firing up fans, but they said that there's future news coming. But they also kind of killed the claims that it was going to be a Sony exclusive.
Because
Which
that
why are
was
you
the
killing
rumor
the
for a
claims if
long
there's
time.
nothing?
That was rumor for a
I
long
mean,
time.
yeah,
I mean, I
it's.
still wouldn't be
I just
shocked.
don't know.
I think,
I think Konami just wants to make a lot of money
yeah.
quickly, so they'll put it on everything.
I just got a feeling it's going to be a remake. I think Resident Evil has made too much money with their last. Was it? They just did the last one was Nemesis, right? Resident Evil 3,
Yes, I
and
think
it
so.
was successful. And I don't
Yeah.
see Konami really making a new game. Like I'm with you.
No.
I just don't see them making a new game. I see them remastering an older title and
Mm-hmm.
milking you that way and saying, "Hey, look at all the things we can do with this title now that it's on next gen hardware." And then what are people going to do? They're going to run out and buy it. We're suckers for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go buy it. As much as it might seem tone deaf, we're suckers for the games that we loved looking prettier now.
Yep.
Think about
I
an
mean,
old
look at
game.
the Resident Evil 4.
Yes. Like we're suckers for this stuff, and I don't think that will ever change, ever.
No. I mean, I know Masahiro Ito, who was the art director. I think he's the one that drew Pyramid Head when they were for designing the concepts. Uh, Toyama, which is I think was the director for or writer for the original Silent Hill game back in 1999. Holy crap! I was in kindergarten in 1999.
Oh baby,
And
you young.
Akira, I can't remember her last name, which was the composer, are all working on new projects or a new project together because they were part of Team Silent that developed the first 3 games. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's gonna be
Yeah, I don't
interesting.
think it's going to be a new game though.
You think we'll get news this year for the year's up?
No,
No.
no. Since they've already killed Castlevania Grimoire of Souls and only launched in Canada and Japan, I think they're kind of keeping everything close to the vest. They are making new Silent Hill VL slots and stuff, so there's that. But I
There,
don't think we'll see anything here.
there is that.
Oh God, what if this is actually a slot machine? I'm not okay.
Enjoy, enjoy.
I'm not okay with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It'll be. I mean, the Twitter is active. It's posting stuff
What's the app?
from uh Silent Hill at Silent Hill,
Okay.
and it's Silent Hill official, and they're posting Dead by Daylight captures. Oh, yeah, Pyramid Head went to Dead by Daylight as well recently, so maybe there is gonna be more coming. Who knows?
Okay. You got anything else we
They're
get up out of
posting
here?
a whole bunch of old stuff.
I think people are trying to run over to this state of play. So do we have anything else before we get up out of here?
Uh, Nothing immediate. If you want to check me out, I will be streaming later. I'm going to try to get Anthem working so we can bask in the gloriousness that is our Lord and Savior Anthem from BioWare. But yeah, I'll be streaming either that or some retro games tonight. Come hang out. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of this.
Yeah.
And it was fun to just kick it with Fame.
I think by next episode, we'll have a time slot locked down. We'll have the overlay locked down, the thumbnail locked down. I think the other day was like, yeah, we'll do the first episode next week. And it was like, hey, let's do it tomorrow. So we kind of like put it together, like not put together last minute. We've always had the idea of doing it, but we'll have everything like a permanent time, everything locked down by next week. So you guys will be able to know what time we're going live and who's that or the other.
You can watch it on the site.
This is true. I am Fame Entertainment. This is my sister, the Floor Hugger. We will be live again next Wednesday for WSP Podcast. The Dreamcast now will actually be here this time, which is awesome. So we're going to have one heck of a show. So make sure you guys are watching my sister's stream tonight. Get up to that sub goal of 75. I think she's almost halfway there. It's almost halfway there.
26 out of 75, yeah.
So make sure you guys go to her Twitch, follow her, subscribe, drink lots of water. Otherwise, she will beat you. She won't beat you. I will beat you if you don't do what she says. This has been Take Two. Level 1. We'll catch you guys. Get all your game news from level1gamer.com. Bye.